Oh crap! I was muted this entire time. Oh no! I didn't realize I was muted, guys. Oh no! This is what happens when you do this thing live. Oh, I was muted. Oh man! 3 minutes in and I was muted. Oh, how did that even happen? Okay, so if you are 4 minutes into this. Okay, so boom, I'm gonna go through everything again. Welcome to the Summer BrickWall Reviews. I'm Dave. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that like button down below if you like this content. If you're watching this live, make sure you comment. If you watching this after the fact that it's been live, make sure you drop your comments just to let us know your thoughts after watching this review. Make sure you share this video, blah, blah, blah. You do the same thing I say every week. I'm talking about the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5. Yes, 4 minutes in, I'm saying something. I hope you guys stuck around long enough because I accidentally had my microphone on mute and did not even know it. Oh man, because it was crazy. I was having some technical problems with my camera before I started. And so I got that fixed up, started, and I didn't even realize that my microphone was on mute until I looked down on my screen and I saw the little mute thing going on there. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassed right now. So I hope you guys are sticking around. I'm going to timestamp it in the description, which I haven't typed up yet. When I type up the description, I'm going to timestamp it for about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to timestamp it so you guys know to skip ahead. This is embarrassing. So far I'm talking about the Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5. We start off in the aftermath of John Walker killing a man with the Captain America shield. He's running from the problem. He ends up in the warehouse. Bucky and Sam show up. They get into this really epic fight. I was saying how epic the fight was. It was a really good fight. And at the end of the fight, Bucky gets the shield and he drops in front of Sam in a scene that is very reminiscent of the ending of the Cap and Iron Man fight from Civil War. It's very reminiscent of that. It has a lot of the same imagery there with the shield being dropped and Sam being on the ground and just exhausted from the fight. So it has a lot of the same imagery there. I'm still embarrassed about the fact that I was on mute, but the show will go on. After the fight, we get a little bit aftermath. We find out what's going on with Carly Morgenthau, the leader of the Flag Smashers. We find out what's going on with her, which is very interesting. Pretty much she's on the run. She's in hiding. She's pretty much dipped off. So they're going to try to figure out how to find her at this point. After that, hold on, look at my notes. So after that, Sam pretty much, he has the shield. He takes the shield with him, and so they kind of leave out of that country they were in. I forgot what country it was in, but they leave out of the country they were in. So back over in DC, they have Walker on trial. John Walker is on trial for killing the man with the shield, and they discharge him from the military. No honorable discharge, no benefits, nothing. They say, yo, you never gonna work for this country again in any capacity in terms of being an authority or anything like that. No, bump it. You gonna have to work at Walmart, my brother, and you be lucky if you even get that job. They didn't say all that, but you know how for military people and even people who are keen to the military, even people who know crimes like this are committed by military people, it ain't gonna go real smooth and simple. So he has everything taken from him. And he's up there like, yo, nah, man, like, you don't understand this. It was it was a misunderstanding, under the circumstances, I had to do it. I had to kill this guy. I had to do it. And so, and he walks off like, well, I am Captain America. Just walks off out of there angry. It's crazy, crazy scene. So then this lady shows up and talks to him. And from what I'm hearing, is that this cameo is the actress was, and I'm reading here in my notes, the actress was Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she played Contessa Valentina. Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. If I said that, I hope I said that right. Apparently this character was supposed to hold up. Yeah, apparently this character was supposed to be introduced in Black Widow, but she shows up in this here series. And she just tells John Walker, "Hey, when I call you, make sure you answer the phone." So I'm thinking that her character is pretty much kind of like the Nick Fury for the Thunderbolts type of thing. Because for people who know the comics, John Walker, U.S. agent, I think he does become part of the Thunderbolts. I think it is. And we all know General Thunderbolt Ross is supposed to be in Black Widow. And as well as I think there's a couple other characters that were in the Thunderbolts that are going to be introduced in Black Widow, or have already been introduced in the MCU, or have yet to be introduced in the MCU. So I'm really interested to see where that's going. I'm looking at my eyebrow raise. I got the people's eyebrow thing going on. Distractions, right? So yeah, then we go back to Carly and her situation. She finds out that her base has been raided. They raided her base. They arrested people. They took people, and so she's pretty much on complete edge right now. She's like, "Yo, we gonna f some s up." And kind of first half of the episode kind of gives you, okay, it kind of puts people in place for what's going to be in the finale episode, right? And this episode does this throughout, and I'll definitely be talking about that too. So what happens then is that my notes. Yeah, okay, so after that, we go to Zemo, who's in Sokovia. He's at the memorial. If you guys remember, he did mention something about memorial being in Sokovia, and I think it was episode 4, which was the last episode. So while he's in Sokovia, he's at the memorial. Bucky comes up to him, and Bucky and Zemo have their little confrontation. Zemo says, "Yo, Bucky, y'all go ahead and kill that girl. Real talk." And Bucky's like, "Yeah, man, whatever you say." And so he points the gun. Has a gun. He points the gun at Zemo's face, and Zemo's pretty much like, "All right." He's pretty much like, "Yeah, I guess this is how I'm gonna go." And so Bucky goes. He pulls the trigger, and there's nothing in the gun. No bullets. Nothing. Blank. He ends up dropping the bullets out of the gun, which is in a scene that is reminiscent of Black Panther sparing his life in Civil War, right? Where the bullets were dropped and things like that. The gun was spared. Zemo's life, once again, because when Zemo completes his plan or whatever the case may be, he's always ready to die. And he's always denied that, like, no, you're not gonna die on your time. You gonna answer for your crimes. You're going to jail. You're gonna do all this, but you're not gonna escape through death, bro. That's too easy for you. So when that happens, the Wakandans, of course, come. They take him into custody and they take him to the raft. The raft. We all know what the raft is, right? We all know that, right? We're very familiar with the raft in Marvel lore. So I'm looking forward to see if the raft starts to play a bigger part in the MCU. It has been mentioned in the Netflix shows, which I don't know if they're canon or not. I don't know who else in the MCU. In the MCU proper, in terms of when I say MCU proper, I mean the MCU, which is canon. We all know is canon. We all know these things are connected and actually are considered reference points for the MCU going forward and looking back. The Netflix shows, we don't know, because there are some characters from the Netflix shows that are in the raft. We don't know. So we'll have to see if any of that folds itself back into the MCU proper. But after that, Bucky's not allowed to come back to Wakanda for some time, I think. Is that what she told him? Oh yeah. I don't know why I sung it, guys. But yeah, Io told Bucky, who also is known as the White Wolf, she tells him not to come to Wakanda. For now, Bucky's not allowed in Wakanda, but he does ask for one last favor. And we get to see what this favor is. More on that in just a second. So Sam, he goes and he talks to Isaiah Bradley. Remember him from the earlier episodes? Excuse me, the original Black super soldier. And they talk about the shield, the legacy of the shield, what happened to him. And Isaiah Bradley, he's like, nah, bro. He's like, no black person is ever going to be able to hold this shield. They don't want black people to, they don't want people to know black people, were taking the serum as an experiment. We didn't even know it. Like they, it's just a black person would never be able to take the shield, would never be able to hold this title, and no self-respecting black man would ever want to do it. Very deep conversation, and it makes sense because as an African American, African Americans, they will bury the things that we did for this country. They will kill us over the things we've done for this country, serving the country. They will kill us. They will bury us before they go and say, oh, yeah, nah, that black guy was a real hero back then in that war. Yes, he was. He was a super duper hero. He was the one who single-handedly stopped these bad guys from taking over the world. They will kill and bury his name before they let that information get out. That's how it was then. And I cursed. I tried not to curse this one, guys, but shoot, it might still even be like that now today. Like, who knows how many African Americans have actually done amazing things for our country, and we'll never know because they would much rather bury that than to let it be known as fact to everyone in the world that because of a minority, because of a Negro, we have this particular freedom. Because this Negro was about to lay his life on the line for everybody. No, we're not about to tell you that. So that's kind of the thing that it gets into. And so that leaves Sam to really sit there and wonder, like, man, maybe I don't need to take this shield. Maybe I don't need to take this responsibility. So Sam ends up going back home. And, him and his sister, they start working on the boat together, building that back up. You get to see a real nice sense of community about where Sam comes from. You get to see that going on. Bucky comes and he starts helping out with everything. He starts flirting with Sam's sister a little bit there. I see you, Bucky, big dog, big dog. Go Bucky, flirting with the sister, and the sister flirting back. I see you, Bucky. I see you, dog. And Sam's looking at him like, yeah, I see you. Better not do that shit again. But yeah. So then after that, Bucky does give Sam. He gives him something. He's like, hey, I got this from Wakanda for you, et cetera, et cetera. We don't get to see what it is. And no, we don't get to see what it is this episode, but it will debut next episode. And I'm excited to see exactly what it is. Maybe it's a new pair of wings. Maybe it's a whole new outfit. And I know for a fact that it was made by Shuri, smartest woman in the MCU. Now, scratch that. Not just the smartest woman, smartest person in the MCU. It's Shuri from Wakanda. So I'm excited to see that reveal next week, honestly. So then after that, after they, fix up the boat and everything like that, we get a really interesting scene, which has got a lot of controversy just from the reaction of the scene, because some people are like, oh, this scene was so out of place. It was dialogue so badly written. Well, no, they say that about how the scene, the dialogue of the scene was just so weird and out of place and choppy and blah, blah, blah. That's not my problem with the scene. The scene was great. It shows Sam and Bucky, they pretty much tossing the shield, just talking about, their problems. Bucky apologized to Sam for being on his back about the shield so much because he doesn't understand, the pressures of being an African-American and having to live up to this title of Captain America, which, this country is prejudiced towards those types of things, and Sam kind of gives Bucky advice like, hey, listen, like you're trying to right all your wrongs, but you're not doing it from the right angle. You need to do it from an angle where it means something. So they have that talk and they go their separate ways. We kind of seen that. It was like the big trailer part you see all the time with Sam throwing the shield and stuff like that. He's wearing like the blue jacket. This scene here, I say it feels out of place because there's a scene after Sam decides he's going to do the Captain America thing. He talks to Sis, decides he's going to do it. He has a training montage where he's learning how to actually throw the shield because when he was talking to Bucky, he was throwing that shield like an expert, throwing it, bing, catching it, everything like that. Like he was good with it. During the training montage, he doesn't even know how to flip the shield the right way. It bounces off the thing, it almost decapitates him, like it's crazy. And I'm just like, well, wait, we having this training montage here with him learning how to throw the shield, but just earlier he was a pro. Like he had it down pat. Like the basic simple motion of throwing the shield. So that's why I say I feel like that scene was misplaced. It was a great scene. I have nothing against the scene. It was a great scene. It was a great character moment. It was good. It matches the tone of everything we've seen thus far. But I would have put that scene after Sam starts getting used to the shield and everything like that. You could have found a space for it after. And I do know that COVID, what I'm saying, kind of messed up the shooting schedule and the filming schedule, and some things they had to rearrange, some things they had to change. But I feel like they could have found a way to put this after, because having it before, it was just like when you kind of like having it before, like when you first watch it, you see the scene, it's like, okay, yeah, this is a cool scene, great moment. But then when you see what comes after it, and it's like, well, that doesn't make sense at all. Like it's like they could have just rearranged the order of the scenes. But that's just me. Maybe I kind of missed something there, which I don't think I did, because like I said, it was a great scene. It just could have went in a different place. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the ordered episode. So, after Sam decides he's going to take up this mantle. At the same time, we see John Walker. No, wait. This didn't happen yet. Skirt. I'm lying to you. So there's a moment where John Walker, he goes and talks to Lamar's parents. And, he's like, hey, if it's anything I can do for you, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. Okay, so here's what I'm confused about, because I have another set of notes that's actually like going through the episodes. I have two sets of notes. Yeah, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure actually. But okay, so anyway, John, he talked to Lamar's parents about how he died and things like that. So, it shows that, kind of humanizes this. I mean, as much as we don't like John Walker, he's humanized a lot throughout the series. So it's like we can relate to him, but we don't have to like him, but we can understand him. It's easy to understand someone and not like them. That's still possible. So yeah, and Sharon, I want to talk about Sharon Carter. I don't know what her motivations are. I don't know what she's doing, but she has a really sketchy part in this here episode, and I'm not quite sure what exactly is going on here. I do see a couple of theories, and I do see a definitive sentence here in one of the sets of notes I have, but I'm not going to discuss that because I'm not completely sold on that yet. I only watched this episode one time as opposed to my usual 2-time watch, but I'm not gonna even discuss that because I haven't seen this anywhere else, and I'm not committing to it until we get a solid reveal next week. So, but Sharon's up to something. It's weird. So we get to this last bit of the episode, right? And we see Carly has called on someone to come and help her. Who did she call? She called Bartok the Leaper, right? And we remember him from the first episode. We also remember him as the first villain that was fought in the Winter Soldier movie, right? Captain America, the Winter Soldier, that is. So he's back, and he just wants to kill Falcon. He wants to kill Sam. Like, he wants his payback. He wants his revenge. But he's helping Carly by bringing her some stuff. Carly has a legion of people ready to fight on the Flag Smashers' behalf. And so this is where our episode 6 is going to land. We're landing in a place where, it's about to be an ultimate showdown. It's about to be Carly versus Carly and Bartok versus Sam and possibly Bucky versus John Walker's Captain America, or not Captain America, John Walker, because he's no longer Captain America. So versus John Walker. And so we get a post-credit scene too. And the post-credit or mid-credit, whatever you want to say it. Wait, there's a second? Oh, first. Oh, I thought it said 2 post-credit. There was 1 post-credit scene with John Walker, and he is, in fact, building his own version of the Captain America shield. For us comic book people, of course, we know U.S. Agent is on the way. So next week's episode, I think, is going to be, this is it. Like, this is the finale. This is the big thing right here. So I'm really excited to see how this ends, how the landing is stuck. I am not concerned about it not sticking the landing at all. I think it's going to stick the landing perfectly. I think it's going to execute it perfectly. And I think that this episode was an amazing episode, a great continuation of last week's episode, and a great lead into next week's episode. Overall, I give it, I'm going to give this one a little bit of a lower rating than I usually do. I'm going to give it a 4.9 out of 5 stars. Mostly just because that one scene, I think it was just misplaced. Everything else was perfect in this episode. I love that we got back to the feel of the first episode, which was we're now in, we're now just doing personal things. We got personal moments between Bucky and Falcon. We got personal moments between, Sam and his family. Like, we got those personal character moments that made this feel less like an MCU show and more just like a regular show. And I love it for that, and I thought it was amazing. I think it's great. Like I said, I can't wait to see, how this episode or how the series ends, how the season ends. I'm excited about it. If you guys are equally excited about it, tell me how excited you are down in the comments below for the next episode, as well as tell me how you think it's going to end. Thank you guys for tuning in. And again, if you made it this far, I really thank you, especially back on rewatch, because I had the thing on mute and I didn't know. And I'm going to make sure I make a note of that in the description box down below. I'm going to make sure, like I said, because that was kind of embarrassing. I went 4 to 5, almost 5 minutes in with no sound. So that's embarrassing. But thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. It means so much. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Helps get my content out there. Really appreciate you guys. Mortal Kombat Friday, we'll be back for that. And there's a movie, an anime movie coming out that I'm pretty sure Sam will be doing a review on. And for all my anime fans out there, you know what time it is. It's time for the Demon Slayer. That's right, Demon Slayer movie comes out this week as well. So you might be getting a review on that soon on BrickWall Anime. But I know for a fact that our Mortal Kombat movie review is going to be in next week. So make sure you guys come back. Make sure you watch, okay? And thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night. Remember, stay safe out there. Do what you can to be safe. And love you guys. Peace.